All right, I'll see if I can keep this one brief, but I thought it was just imperative that we do an entry on Chris Paul, who today, with a somewhat bummed shoulder, even the series with the champion Lakers, the LeBron James-led Lakers, and maybe it had more to do with the fact that Anthony Davis, as great as he has been from time to time in this league in his career, he is really turning out to be a teacup. Very similar to Sam Bradford, is that his name? The quarterback in the NFL out of Oklahoma who was amazingly gifted, could really spin a football, but couldn't stay well enough to stay on the field. And you're seeing Anthony Davis get hurt. And isn't it ironic, because this is normally where we see Chris Paul exit the playoffs because he suffers debilitating injury after debilitating injury. But nothing against AD, and I hope he bounces back, but I don't know. It just seems like he gets hurt all the time. But this entry is about CP3, Chris Paul, especially in light of his injury-ridden career right at playoff time. It was so nice to see him be so instrumental in this huge win for the Phoenix Suns, one of the largest in the history of that franchise, especially if they could go on to defeat the Lakers. And I said in my last entry, this series is not over. That was after LA took a 2-1 lead. I said I thought that Phoenix would even it back up and come back, and that things would turn, and it wouldn't shock me either way to see whichever team win. But I'll tell you this, as huge as Anthony Davis is to the success of the Lakers, they could win without him, believe it or not, any series. But, it'd be very difficult, don't get me wrong. But I think even more so, Chris Paul's influence, and it's not just his senior influence and his ability to I don't know, maybe he is truly unique in that sense where if he's not in that spot, Phoenix not only does not have close to the second best record in the NBA, but they have no chance of especially beating these Lakers if they're even relatively healthy. But I tell you, it was something special about Chris Paul. We've heard all his whole career how what is the word I need? How abrasive, how maybe even to the level of offensive, that's probably the wrong term, but how he has been to teammates over the years. But there's one undeniable fact, that even though he's never won a championship, and even though his teams have not had, ultimate success or even deep playoff runs, save 1 year maybe 2 at the most. But anyway, I for one am very, very happy to see this happening to Chris Paul, and I hope Phoenix advances as far as they want to go. I think there's 3 or 4 teams in the West outside of LA who have a genuine chance to win it all. I really do, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But I tell you what, it is nice to see things even up, at least for now, for Chris Paul, because he is a winner. He is an undeniable get it done at all cost winner. And along with Dwayne Wade, to me, Chris Paul is king of the mid-range game. I could sit here and do an hour and 27-minute entry about his attributes, but I think as much as anything, he utilizes a pull-up jump shot and the fade to either way when he needs to, over a better contest, over a lengthier player or whatever. But he does what it takes to make big plays and hit big shots. He still is a great passer and a setup guy and all that, but when it comes time to put the money in the jar, that's CP3, and that's exactly what he did today. And I, for one, am very, very happy for him.